Hello there guys, it's Shane here on Isle of Wight Bushcraft channel again, and in this video we're going to cover three aspects of bushcraft, so stay tuned and find out what they are. Hi there again folks. Well, in this video we're going to be covering three areas, as I said. First area is an aspect of bushcraft that I really enjoy, and that's collecting wild mushrooms. And I'm going to try and hopefully find some chanterelles. I've never found them before. We're here on the Isle of Wight in the UK, and they're quite rare on the island. As I say, I've not found them yet, so hopefully we might do today. I've found seps and so forth, but wild mushrooms, so good to eat. So hopefully going to be finding some of those. Also going to be doing just a little recce on this pine forest. I've never camped in a pine forest before. They are lovely. They just say about a pine forest. And also we're going to just cover briefly the bushcraft hammock chair and about how to put the timbers together to make the tripod. There's a couple of little things that I've learned in doing so, and if you don't do these particular things you can come a little bit unstuck with a hammock chair. For most of you it'll be bread and butter, but for those that have not done it before and want to know how to set up the hammock chair so it doesn't keep sliding and so it's comfortable, then that's what we're going to cover, so stay tuned. It's an absolutely beautiful day today. September, if the sun's shining in September, is a lovely month. There's blackberries, everything starts coming out, so, and this is a beautiful spot, really enjoying this, so let's go and explore further.
So the first aspect that I wanted to deal with is the finding and identification of any mushrooms that we might come across in the forest.
Okay, I've found the first find of the day, some fungi, so let's go have a look, see what they are. So here we are, it's our first find for today, And these are sulphur tufts. I just pick one. See, they're not actually poisonous, but they're bitter to eat. So best left alone. But hey ho, it's a find. That's the first fungi I've come across. Yeah, that's sulphur tuft. Again, not poisonous, but bitter to taste. Not good to eat. You know, there's one thing that I really love about a pine forest, and that's the needles on the floor. Spongy, it's like a carpet. Nature's carpet. And these little pine trees, tucked away in here, lovely. Hear the pheasants down in the distance. Yeah, it's like being a little boy again. Miss those days, in some respects. Yeah, it's lovely though. It's just something about this. Yeah, it's lovely. Oh well. Haven't found anything edible yet, but we'll keep looking. Let's crack on. I've just come across some fungi just over here, and so I'll take you in to have a look at that. And I'm not sure about the identification though, so I'm going to leave them. Because if in doubt, you know, leave it out of your diet. That is, never take anything that you're not absolutely 100% certain about. And you know, I know of a lady locally who died. And she basically picked everything that she saw. She was from Thailand, the lady. Picked everything she saw, took it home, cooked it up, and she'd picked a death cap. And it killed her. So you have to be very careful. If you know what you're picking, fine. But if you're not absolutely certain, don't pick them. And don't even touch them. Because if you have picked other mushrooms that are edible, and you could transfer the toxins from a certain variety into your mushroom bag. Anyway, we're going to have a look anyway. And there's a few of them here. It looks like a funnel cap or an oak milk cap, I think, which they're not that tasty anyway. I'm not recommended for culinary purposes, although not poisonous. But I'm not sure about that. So if any of you out there know which variety that is for sure, then leave a comment and tell me. I'll be interested to know. But I'm reasonably good on my ID of mushrooms, wild mushrooms, but I'm not sure about that one. Yeah, I don't know if it helps, but there's some just, that's what they look like, them just coming up. Yeah. One's gone over a little bit, but that's the common yellow rusule. It's can be eaten if very well cooked, but again, not worth it really, just for the one. That's another one that grows in the deciduous woodland. This is a pine and deciduous mixed, really, just to this part of it. But there we are. Lovely colour though. so I've just come across another variety, and I'll just zoom in close up and I'll show you what they look like. This one's called the blusher. You'll see why. And here we are. This is the fairly common species. This is the blusher, and best not to take these to eat. You've got to really cook them, and they're not that great. Best not to take a chance really, because they can be confused with other poisonous species. Called the blusher because if I just get my knife, when you cut the flesh, this one, as you can see, it's maggoted out. When you cut the flesh, if I bring that a bit closer, can you see it starts to stain a reddish colour? Hence its name, the blusher. Just like someone blushing. Yeah. Again, you can eat it, that bush, but as I say, it's got to be really well cooked. But really, best avoided. It's similar looking to the fly agaric, which is poisonous. So there we are. These have gone over now, as you can see. They're starting to break down, but there we are. Another one, the blusher. By the way, if you eat these raw, they are poisonous. So whatever you do, don't do that. Not good for you. Here's another variety that I've just come across. And again, I'm not totally certain on this one. I'm pretty sure it is a buttercap. And if it's slightly damp, they do get rather greasy to the touch. But again, that's one I'm going to leave alone because I'm not totally certain. But again, lovely to see the fungi out, although there's not too many on the ground yet. Maybe it's just a tad early, although the ground is damp and it's warm, so ideal conditions. But there we are. That's the I'm kind of 90% on that, the buttercap. Again, any viewers out there that know different, I'm more than willing to be corrected, and drop me a comment and I'll have learned something. Another example of a blusher, slightly paler in colour, but you can tell by the scale pattern on it and the slightly red stem. That is definitely a blusher. I'm 100% on that. There's some interesting species. This is the, I'm correct, the curry scented milkcap. When you break the flesh, like a milky substance comes out. A couple more. Unfortunately, I've picked a few. You can eat these. Unfortunately, these ones are all maggoted out. The maggots have beat me to it. And you see, I've just broken some of the flesh off. You see that milky substance coming out there. Hence the name, the milk cap. Apparently, when you're drying these, they do smell of a slightly curry scent, which is why they're called the curry scented milk cap. But again, the maggots have beat me to it. Oh well. Now this variety here, you see there's quite a little swathe here, and often you can tell with a mushroom by the scent. If it smells good, it normally is, but it's no guarantee, and you cannot go on smell alone. But that smells mealy, slightly yeah, hard to sort of describe really, but it's a pleasant smell. Normally if they're toxic, when you smell them, you recoil sometimes, but that's really a nice smell. I think these are the, I'm pretty sure they're what's called the miller. But I can't be 100% because there are varieties similar which again are poisonous. So I'm going to leave these just in case. I'm not 100%, so I'm going to leave them. They're probably fine, but best to be on the safe side. So I'll carry on looking for some more.
Unfortunately, the edible varieties were a little bit thin on the ground this time out, but next time maybe. But anyway, the second of the aspects that I wanted to deal with on this video was a quick recce of the forest. So that's what I'm going to do now. So have a little look around and see if I can find a nice place for the next wild camp out.
This looks like a potential spot for an overnighter. Bit of space there, plenty of trees there for the hammock and the tarp. Worthy of some consideration, I would say.
Well, it wasn't long before I found an absolutely idyllic spot to camp, but alas, I think somebody's beat me to it.
Just made a really interesting little discovery. Now, obviously other people on the island that are into their bushcraft, which is nice. And I've just found a couple of shelters. One's a raised bed, an A-frame bed, and the other one's a little shelter. Looks like they've been there for a while. I'll just give you a little show round of what they've done. It's interesting. But the thing that's impressed me is there's absolutely no litter. They've left no trace, and that's really good. That it's great to come out and enjoy all of this. It's absolutely beautiful today. At this moment I would rather be nowhere else really, apart from one or two places. It's absolutely beautiful, but look, they've absolutely left it pristine. The only thing you can see is their constructions out of wood, but even if they left that, that would rot and just rot back down to the detritus and leave litter. Just give you a little tour around of what they've done. I can see that they've secured it to the tree there with a bit of paracord, and there's a little lean-to shelter there. And if I just pan round here, there's a little A-frame shelter there. That's neat. But like I say, they've left no trace, which is excellent. There's not a can, there's not a plastic bag, there's nothing here. And they've even covered over their fire pit properly. It's a joy to see, it really is. Obviously they're people that appreciate the environment, enjoy it, and look after it so that others can enjoy it.
And now on to the third aspect that I wanted to discuss in this video, and that is the timbers and how to erect the timbers to make a tripod for a bushcraft chair.
So here's the hammock chair that I've made. Remember, I made out of netting, fisherman's netting, which is basically indestructible. But what I've done, I'll just show you, is I untie that. Okay, so what I've done, and what I've just put that, I've put that bit of webbing on the ends so that I can adjust the height of the chair from your tripod. You know, the top of your tripod, the apex of the tripod, so you can adjust it up and down as the need may be. But what I've done, as you can see, is I've cut the netting down and I laid it all out and measured it, trial and error, and then got this shape, which is like a elongated diamond. And that makes my hammock chair. Like I say, that's indestructible. That's going to last forever. Not forever, you know what I mean. And then double it over basically, and your stick goes through there, and then that makes your hammock chair. So I'm going to put it up and then I'll explain to you about the timbers, the do's and the don'ts. Okay, so there you can see the hammock chair. It's been erected, and I would say that your bottom rail, this piece, your bottom rail, this piece of timber here, I would say probably wants to be about 15 inches off the ground. So you would adjust your webbing or whatever material you're going to use to give your hammock seat approximately 15 inches off the ground. And as you see, when you sit in it, you just lift your timber a little bit, perch yourself in there. There you go. And that is so comfortable. Oh. That's lovely. It's so peaceful. So they really do make a lovely chair. So I'll just explain about the tripod now. So you can see that the two supporting timbers that support your bottom cross beam or cross member need to be, I would say, approximately 13 feet, 15 feet, that kind of length. Reasonably straight. They don't have to be dead straight, but reasonably straight. Supporting timber at the rear needs to be the same length, and again reasonably straight. If it's not, if it's a bit crooked, the chair could become unbalanced. Make a knot there, and I just support my hammock chair webbing on this back or rear supporting member that comes up through the front two, as you can see, and then I put my hammock chair webbing, which supports the actual chair itself, onto that rear timber that points to the fore. Now this piece is quite important. As you can see, I've got quite a shallow angle. It's not too steep an angle that your tripod's at. Now there's a good reason why you have quite a shallow angle on these front two timbers of the tripod. And I'll just demonstrate that, why that they need to be a reasonably shallow angle. Now you can see that I've increased the angle, the pitch of the angle. It's more acute now. And sometimes you might be tempted to do that if you've only got short timbers. This is why the timbers need to be a good length. But watch what happens when I try to sit in that now. And you see this front member just slides down. The angle's too steep for this to grip, and so you won't be able to sit on it. By bringing these forward, and obviously taking the rear timber, supporting timber back as well, so I've extended these front two timbers of the tripod, brought them further forward, which means this cross beam here, or this cross timber here, will now push down and grip and won't keep sliding down. Whereas if you had it steep, it slides. Okay. And like I say, when you sit in, I always just lift the timber a little bit, give you a little bit of sag in the net. And there we are. Oh, and that is lovely. It saves having to bring a chair with you. And to be honest, this is far more comfortable than the camping chairs that you buy out there. They're bulky and weigh a lot anyway. Who wants to bring that with it? You've got the necessities, the materials here to hand to make one. That is lovely. And it's so peaceful, so peaceful. Beautiful place. I've not been here before, it's the first for me, and you know what it's, you know that feeling you get when you find something really lovely for the first time and you're viewing it fresh. It's beautiful. I actually feel really privileged to be here at this moment. It's lovely. And a lovely chair. Yeah. Hard to beat for comfort. So hopefully, like I say, this is bread and butter for a lot out there, but hopefully for those that are not quite sure or who have struggled, you know, I've learnt just through trying one way and trying another, and found that this is I find this works best, doing it at these angles. The angle's crucial. So I hope that's helped you, and so next time you go out, if you've not already done so, you go out and give it a try. You'll be amazed how comfortable it is. So I hope you found that helpful, and if you've not already done it before, or you've struggled with a hammock chair, and give it a try next time you go out. You'll be amazed how comfortable it really is. I'm going to put the Kelly kettle on, brew up a cup of tea I think, and have a little bite to eat. So see you shortly. I've just cut some fat wood. I'm just going to see where it is. I'm just going to batten that out so I can that out. The reason I want the fat wood is just that. I just want to be able to light the Kelly kettle in a natural way. Actually, not a lot there actually. But there's enough for what I need. Oh, I shouldn't do that really, I'm going to blunt my knife, I'm not careful. Yeah, and there's the fat wood. So I'm going to scrape some of that down and use that to light my Kelly kettle. There you go, you can see the fat wood. So I've cut all this sapwood out, and there's the heartwood, and you can see it's got the resin in it, and that's what I'm going to scrape, make into a dust. By putting the little plate from the Kelly kettle, it catches all the dust so you don't waste any then. And this was off of a dead tree as well, so you can see how resinous it still is. That tree looked like it had been down for some time actually, and yet it's still very resinous, which is what you're after
takes a few minutes to do this, but it's good to practice these skills, isn't it? You might learn a skill, but if you don't keep it, you know, if you don't rehearse it or practice it, then you can, if you're not very careful, lose that skill. As you can see, that already getting quite resinous there. Oh, that sun's beautiful. It's so warm. Oh, I can smell that resin. Ooh, that is strong. Look at that. First time that was. Look at that. Perfect. That's how good the old fat wood is. And the thing about it is as well, at the top, does, once you get it alight, it burns for a goodly while. Oh, that's hot. It's absolutely, like I said earlier, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful day. It's, you couldn't wish for better. I don't know about you, but this time of the year, I always get a little bit melancholy. Well, actually, I get quite a lot melancholy, and I just think it's the fact that the you know, the warm months are going. Jaffa cakes always help, right? But I always get a bit melancholy because, like I say, although September is a beautiful month, if it's sunny, and like I say, you couldn't wish for a better day. It's just knowing that, you know, the end of the warmer months are coming, and you've got a long, hard winter to face. I don't know what it is. I think sometimes I just can't put my finger on it. It seems. Oh, it's still too hot. But no, we should count our blessings. Really, I know that. I don't know. It does affect me quite a lot, actually. But as they say, smile because it happened. Don't cry because it finished. There'll be other opportunities. But as far as today goes, wow, beautiful. Anyway, drink this tea, eat these lovely Jaffa cakes, which are not really very bushcrafty, but I haven't found a tree yet that you can pick these from. If you know of one anywhere, or you know of a variety that does, please leave a comment down below, because I'd love to know about it. Oh,
What a day. You gotta try out one of these chairs for yourself if you've not already done so. Oh. I could just fall asleep in here for the afternoon, to be honest. No harm in 10 minutes, is there? And for the hammock chair that I've made, what I do is fold it up, and I bought one of these DD stuff sacks that just folds up like so. Roll it up, and so it doesn't weigh much. It's a little bit bulky, but you can say it's going to last a long time. I mean, you can abuse it and not have to worry. There we go, job done.
Well, alas, that was the end of a lovely day, and it was time to head on home now.